Hello, everybody. Welcome to another incredibly cold Monday here at Precious Juggalos Dungeon HQ. So, it's been kind of a wild day. I decided to do something nice and go out and take care of something for my wife, and then I got a flat tire. Then I nearly froze my fingers off changing said flat tire. But now we're here. And I've got a mug of hot apple cider. I've got a hour of time to kill with you. So let's get after it, huh? So, if you've joined me previously, you've seen me work on various things. Things like this. This would be like the bread and butter of what I do. Repainting Precious Moments characters into Juggalos. But I've also painted more random things like little kid toy dinosaurs, Funko Pops, which those are kind of my latest. Princess Jasmine and Genie there from Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin, of course. But then if you happen to join me over the weekend when I randomly hopped online and started streaming for no good reason, then you saw me work on something completely different, which was this little tiny pewter figurine of Jason Voorhees. Did a little work on that, but we're not going to be doing that today because this is a scheduled event. Uh-oh. Juggalo down. Hold on. Let me fix Jasmine here. She got attacked by the dinosaur, by the Juggasaurus Rex. So what we're going to work on today, we're going to get back into my standard MO, which is painting Juggalos. And what I really need to do, what I really need to get done, is finish this stinking nativity scene that's been to my left for way too long, that I need to just get done. So we're going to work on that today. If you've never joined before, this is Precious Juggalos. Send out a quick whoop whoop, y'all. Welcome in. Just here for a little peaceful hour of watching some dude paint some random pieces with some Juggalo faces. I'm just here to help you chill out, catch your breath, relax, and hopefully enjoy your time with me while I jabber on about random things and paint these little guys. I already painted Mary and Joseph. They're all done. If you want to see, this would be Mary. Mary painted up like Shaggy 2 Dope. Then we've got Joseph painted up like Violent J. And then we've got little baby Jesus. Just painted up with his own custom work. Actually, you know what? Let's tune him up a little bit. He's not exactly as good as I'd like him to be. So let's start on that. How about that? Let me take another drink of this warm apple cider. Hope you all are staying warm, staying indoors. It's snowing here again because, you know, of course we needed more snow. Might as well pile that on top of the ice, right? So that's what's happening in my neck of the woods right now. I know some of y'all are seeing that as well. But be safe. Do what you gotta do to stay out of trouble. Let me take off my glasses. Let me shake up my paint. Let me prepare my tools. And let's get to work, y'all. Whoop whoop, right? Brah. There we are. Alright, we got our black paint out. Ooh, we got a wicked cuticle on my finger. So what I think I want to do, I want to square up the points on these diamond motifs that I've got going on baby Jesus here. Just clean them up a little bit, give them a little more definition. I think I will just leave it at the 2 diamonds, but I might have him connect at the bridge of his nose. That might be a good look. I don't know, making this stuff up as I go. Obviously, I can't just alternate between Shaggy and Violent J on all these different faces. That would look kind of stupid. And clearly, that's not the only 2 face paints that exist in the Juggalo world. Honestly, I'm not well versed enough to know all the other players in the game and their own specific looks. But it's alright. Custom face paints, I know, is part of the culture. So that's what we're going to rely on here. Just going to come up with our own little world. Our own little Bob Ross Juggalos. And if you got a problem with that, then that's okay. It's your problem. I've got enough of my own to deal with. Wow, it's so cold, my breath is actually steaming up my magnifier right now. That's crazy. That's going to make this a little difficult. Get that a little bit away from my face. How about that? Yeah, there we go. Let's give this a point here. And give this a point here. Make it look more like a diamond. Am I crazy? There is a there's a guy in the metal world that has face paint like this. His name isn't King Diamond, is it? Am I making that up? I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right, but now I am very curious. Let me look that up. Because little details like that will stick in my head, and I'll feel like an idiot until I know the answer. Okay. So yeah, King Diamond is a metal guy. And he does have... I think that was an early look. Yeah. Okay, but it's still not exactly King Diamond. Thank you for joining me on my random romp onto Google. Should make it where I can cut away so you can see what I'm looking at on my computer screen. Because I seem to Google quite a bit when I do these streams. This is really weirding me out that my breath is fogging up my mirror. Or, not mirror, magnifier. I, of course, am in the Juggalo dungeon of my home, which would be the basement. The basement would be where our furnace resides. So you would think it would be plenty warm down here, but honestly, the level of cold we have outside right now, The cold is just wedging its way in any way it can find. And right now, I think down here it's finding its way through the cold concrete floor. And my little tootsies are chilly up against this floor. Yeah, a little definition to the diamonds around his eyes. I think I need to clean my brush. It's not moving very well. I'll try a quick clean. Maybe that'll fix this problem. Do need a paper towel. There we go. Alright. Roll my sleeves up a little bit here. Get down to business. And brother, business is good. Oh, you know, I forgot I was going to bring something down to show on the stream today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So previously I've had available, because I'll Juggalo anything. If you check out my shop, you'll be able to tell that pretty quickly. But I've had some little like 4-inch busts of classical composers like the masters, and some other like kings of the field of like psychiatry. You know, the type of things that smart people put on their bookshelves to look smarter. So anyway, I've had little busts like those that I've painted up with Juggalo makeup. And of course I don't have any anymore because they're pretty popular. So they sold pretty well. And before I sold my Beethoven, I had the foresight to make a latex mold of the bust. And so I have been casting copies in plaster the last couple of days to mixed results. Mainly mixed results just because I have no idea what I'm doing. Pretty much like everything else I do in the Juggalo portion of my life. Just kind of making all this stuff up as I go. Because I'm not really trained in anything in terms of art. I mean, like I had art courses in high school. Like I'm sure all of you have. But I didn't necessarily excel. My art teacher, I don't think actually was very impressed with me. So she kind of ignored me. And my senior year, I nearly flunked out of an art course. And to save my GPA, the administration of my school saw fit to move me from art classes to, I don't know, some filler junk. Obviously so forgettable that I can't even remember what it was. But just something to save my grades. Now, I never asked for that. I liked art. In spite of my teacher not liking me, I enjoyed being in art class with my friends. They all did really exciting things with art. And I just liked being in the room with them as they were creating. And then pretending like, I belonged with them. In spite of my lack of ability, according to my art teacher. So who's laughing now, huh? Look at this art. Look at what I make. Yeah. Anyway. So I think that's going to be where I leave Baby Jesus. I think that's pretty good. Looks a little better. I don't know if y'all got a clear idea of what he looked like previously. But here's what he looks like now. There's... Man, why is the focus... I'm not moving that much. Wow. Wow. Why are you wandering around so much with the focus? Right there. Right there. Focus on that. Sorry, my camera is unhappy about its place in life right now. Yeah, so there's Baby Jesus. Here's how he'll look in his little manger. Don't even want to focus on that, huh? Oh, I feel you, camera autofocus. I feel you. But we all need to work together here. Camera. That's fine. Moving on. How about we move on to our shepherd? And he won't be alone. I'll be juggaloing the sheep on his shoulder as well. Man, is it the lack of light? Is that why you're having such a hard time, bud? Help me help you. Yeah, so the shepherd and his sheep here. They'll get the juggalo treatment. Let's work on that. After I take another sip of warm apple cider. Ah, delicious. All right. So what direction do we want to go with for this juggalo paint? Let's start with something nice and easy. Let's just go around his lips. So that seems to be a pretty standard motif in the Juggalo world. Painting around the mouth. Just giving a little depth to the features. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just do a little, actually, you know what? I'm going to switch to this paintbrush, a little bigger point. After I hone it in a little bit, it's a little scraggly. Little scraggly. Dry it off. Okay. Still a bit scraggly. It's an older brush. I sympathize with it. Meanwhile, I put paint in my fine tip. Probably ought to bring out my fine tip. So that's how you get it to stop being so fine. Alright. Just gonna put a little dab on his nose. Now that I'm looking, this shepherd has one massive honker. It is a big one. I'm going to go ahead and presume that this shepherd tends to his flock by smell. which I suppose would be a pretty neat adaptation if you're working up in the mountains in the Middle Eastern mountain ranges and you're trying to keep track of your sheep. If you could smell them from a mile away, that might make you a better shepherd. I would suppose. Just a guess. Alright, so real quick. Just a little definition around the mouth. Just a big ol' dot on the tip of his nose. Thus begins his juggification. So now, how about try that brush off. We'll go ahead and give him a bit of a Juggalo smile here. Or maybe he's a sad clown. Or maybe there is no expression at all. Maybe it's just a straight... Yeah, how about that? How about that? That'll give him his own unique face. Get your face in this place. I'll do the same over here. Yeah. I think one side is wider than the other, but that's okay. It's an easy fix. Yeah, that's already starting to look like a clown from even far off. Okay. That's good. That's good. And maybe this guy just has too much paint on his brush. That's part of what he has. Maybe we'll do triangles over each eye, pointing inward to his eye. Sweet. Why is my paint not moving? Excellent question. That is a very wide-based triangle. Let's try to hone that in a little bit. Okay. How about that? Moving right along. So I know I've said it before, you know, more often than not, I'm only painting one or two faces for one piece, which is fairly easy because it's just either painting a standard Violent J style of face paint or a standard Shaggy 2 Dope face paint. So when multiple faces come into the picture, sometimes I struggle because I have to make up my own face paints. And I don't have really much frame of reference for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not very in-depth when it comes to Juggalo culture. I'm mainly a surface dweller. But I also know that a lot of people, you know, they mimic their own personal styles after Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, which, you know, for good reason. Not hard to reason out why people would paint their faces like one of those two guys. At all. Warm apple cider. Delicious. Alright. Got a little wild here with one of my triangles. Allow me to fix this just off camera. Okay. Now, I gotta figure out a way to juggalo this sheep right off the shoulder of this shepherd. Which that can also be interesting because, you know, the structure of this sheep's face is a bit different from a human face. So I might just go ahead and put a triangular nose to get started. Oh. Alright, there's a good start. And then... Then we can do... Let's just go ahead and follow the line. That's already here. And maybe I'll just widen it up a bit. Make it feel a little more clowny. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing something now. Gosh, I cannot find a happy medium with my magnifier today. Also trying to do this stuff more in camera for you guys. That's visually more interesting than imagining what's happening off camera. Ugh. That is a warm apple cider burp. If you're listening on headphones, good grief. I think I might be a little tired today because I am not able to see as well as I feel like I should be. Has been a wild day. Did have to fix a flat tire out in the weather. That was a bit taxing. Oh. Yeah, we're getting sloppy. Oh boy, we're getting very sloppy. Alright, y'all. Wow, we might have to just abandon ship here. Golly, why is it so fat? That's what she said. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. You hear me? I don't like it. Let's, do something like that. Bring it a little lower like that. What is happening? Man, I'm struggling. What is happening here? Somebody take my brush out drinking? because it is moving like it's drunk. Oh, boy. Don't zoom in on that. It's embarrassing. Very embarrassing. It's going to take some fixing. There's also something to be said about this being a very cheap nativity scene. Very poorly painted, very poorly manufactured. So spending too much time trying to put a fine art edge to the paint I'm doing, I mean, yeah, I could be completely wasting my time here. I don't know. It's hard to judge. I shouldn't say fine art, because I'm not that good. I mean, this is a fairly good example of my standard work. There's focus. And yeah, it's clean. It's clean, but it isn't perfect by any means. This isn't like something that Michelangelo painted. You know? Yeah, get them in closer and you can see, like, that hairline, it's pretty rough. I kind of excuse it away because, hair. But like if you look at any of the edges, they're not pristine. Things aren't exactly centered, but on a shelf down here it looks amazing, looks like professional work. So there's a happy medium in there somewhere, but I also kind of feel like I said, these are so poorly rendered that spending too much time on the face, well, first off, it's difficult because the faces are so poorly molded. Because sometimes, you define the makeup by the contours of the face, and that usually renders a pretty good makeup. But these are so, like, smooth and formless that it's kind of hard. Like, there's not a defined brow on this sheep. So I'm trying to create one. Which is a bit of a struggle. But once it's done, if done well, it should look like it belongs, But the way I'm slopping things in there, I don't know if that's going to happen. But I don't know that I want to slop it in there at the same level of slop that the the poor little indentured servant over in India or China or wherever it was. You know, the political prisoner that is forced to paint these day in and day out. Or the 5-year-old, you know, whatever. Like, trying to replicate that, I'm not a good enough painter to paint intentionally crappy. Well, I mean, I can paint crappy because I don't paint well to begin with. But to mirror the level of sloppy inconsideration that is on this piece, I don't know if I can do that. Like it's goes against my my ethics, my work ethic. But obviously, I've got to try. There's something in the middle here that I need to find between garbage and good. Maybe the way to achieve that is to restrict myself from doing more than like 1 or 2 passes on these faces. Because I find when on the better ones, the better pieces, I'll end up doing, 3, 4, 5 passes on the face to get it right where I want it to be. Or as well as I can make it. So if I don't allow myself to do that on these pieces, then maybe that's my way of making the quality match between what the original painter painted and what I'm painting, maybe. Or that's just what I'm going to tell myself. So when I eventually give up on this project, because it's irritating to me, and say, it's good enough. That'll be my excuse. I've certainly done that before. Meanwhile, I think this is basically how this sheep and shepherd is going to look. And that's one more piece done in this Juggalo nativity scene, I think. I don't know. Like I said, I could invest hours into this stupid thing. I already kind of have. That did not make it better. Goodness, I can't see the tip of my brush. Sometimes I hate when I'm going back over black with black and I can't see my actual brush tip because it blends in with the background because everything's black. Okay, what do I think of that? Better yet, what do you think? So sheep and shepherd, and I should say part of it is like seeing it in context. So in the context of Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, I think it works out. Right? Right, that fits the need, I think. I think so. We'll call him good. Or we'll call him good enough. Because like I said, I should not put too much into this thing. It's just not worth it. It's not good enough. So next, how about I work on the sheep? The shepherd sheep, the other sheep. The other red meat. After I take another sip of warm apple cider that may not be quite as warm anymore. And it is not. That is tepid at best. Yeah, much closer to room temperature. Still yummy. Still has a nice flavor. But yeah, just not as good as hot apple cider. Which is funny because this mug is very insulated. But it's also been, it's already been 45 minutes for the stream, about an hour since I poured that thing, so I guess I can't be too surprised that it's not hot anymore. Hot. So hot. Okay, what are we doing? Let's make this more of a poor man's Violent J. Yeah. So we'll do circular nose. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna think about this as though this guy just put it on in the parking lot. Like, this wasn't done in his bathroom. He didn't have time for all that. This was just... He drove straight from work. And he just needed to get his Juggalo on very quickly in the parking lot. That's going to be his look. Need a little bit more on this side. Okay. Go a little bit thicker on that side. And then because we went a little too thick, we need to go a little deeper down low here. There we go. There we go. So then he needs a little dinger above and below his eye. Bop, bop, bop. And above. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah. This guy did not have a lot of time to prep. He's just happy that he got invited to the show. So now go like... Yeah. Speed painting. Juggalo speed painting. Maybe that should be a thing. Okay. I am going to clean up some of the... Oh! And in cleaning up, I created more of a mess. That's cool. That's cool. He's still out in his car. He's looking in the side view mirror of his car. He's gotten out of the car. Just did one last look, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta get that. I gotta throw a little white on top of that. It's just a little much." Okay, but now he's done. Now he's done. He's walking through the parking lot, and he's going in the venue. Yeah. Another piece done. Boom. Yeah, I think that's been the whole problem this whole time. I think I've been overthinking this piece. My thinking has become so obtuse in this case. That's why I'm adhering to a strict regimen. In case you don't know, I am quoting The Big Lebowski, one of the greatest films ever produced. And if you haven't watched it, you should. And if you're watching it for the first time, you're not going to like it. Trust me. Watch it a few more times, and watch it with some of your friends that have seen it before. And it'll click in for you. And you will realize the brilliance that is the Coen brothers and their 1998 release, The Big Lebowski. Alright, so we're going to do this donkey next. Yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? I was waiting for it to focus. It's in focus. That's how lame this mold is. Like, it's junk. Just junk. I mean, look at the paint on the hooves. You know, they overpainted all the gray. And then they're like, okay, we gotta get the hooves on there too. And they did it from one angle. Down. They never picked it up. Poor political prisoner. You know, the guy and or kid that painted this is probably now dead in a mass grave somewhere. So, Merry Christmas, y'all. Whoop whoop. That's fun to think about. Alright, so how about this guy? This guy, he's gonna say he's more of a Shaggy 2 Dope guy. He's more of a fan of the Shagster. And so he's in the parking lot getting his makeup ready. But he wants to look more like his hero, Shaggy 2 Dope. So let's help this guy out. Let's help this guy out. Man, these streams are a lot more fun when people participate. Not a complaint, just an observation. Yeah, okay. course, I say that. I say his favorite is Shaggy 2 Dope. Now, how that fandom presents itself on the face of a donkey could be tricky. We'll figure it out, y'all. We are here to figure that out. I think we're on the right track already. Yeah. That's a good start. Man. Anybody else's heater sound like it's ready to retire? I mean, I know mine's been working overtime. Like I'm sure most of y'all's have. Thankfully, we've never lost power here at the Juggalo dungeon. Precious Juggalos HQ. So that's been good. Oh, excuse me. That was rude. But if I'm being honest, I'm here by myself right now, so who cares? Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Or am I right? Because if you have insurance, you can always use more. Am I right or am I right? Needle-nosed Ned? Ned the Head? Ned Ryerson? Bing again. Yeah, I'm tired. Yep. The ridiculous movie quotes confirm it. Alright, so now we need to do... How are we going to do that? It's such a weird shape. Yeah, who cares? Just put the paint down. Just let it talk for you. Yeah. We want to basically have a big splotch of paint above his eye. That then connects up with ooh, yeah. We'll do that. We'll do where it hooks down around his eye. It'll be like a reverse Shaggy 2 Dope. Use the old Uno reverse card on this one. Kind of like a really trashy lightning bolt. Yeah. Looks like something. Nothing good, but it looks like something. Okay. So now how do I replicate that? Actually, let's make this come to more of a point. Oh, good. I stuck my finger in it. That's good. Okay, so now I need to go. Yeah. Would I be able to do Wednesday morning? No, I can't. I have a 10 o'clock meeting. And that's my monologue with myself, reading my work emails during a live chat. Why is this suddenly such a struggle? Okay, it is 5:35. This stream is supposed to be 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. I totally stopped talking, which makes for very interesting YouTube content. So, there's that. Yeah. So I'm going to do this little bit on this donkey here. Then I'm going to wrap it up. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're watching, thank you for watching. If you're not, I hate you. And you should be watching. Because whatever you do watch is probably garbage compared to this content. Anyway, I'll be streaming again tomorrow from 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Monday through Friday. Today being Monday. Got to remind myself of that because it's been a weird weekend. I definitely plan on streaming all this week. Moving forward, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. If we have more days like this where there is no interaction and barely any viewership, then it sure doesn't feel like something that the market wants. So, I don't know. Like, it's good that this is causing me to force myself to paint every day. That's weird. That's like some kind of a Nordic deer or something. Am I right? Doesn't that look like something that that's like war paint for a creature? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, like I was saying, it's good that it's causing me to intentionally paint every day for an hour. That's good. And I've always said, if I'm going to paint, I might as well turn on the camera. But, I don't know. It's cool when it's cool. It's lame when it's not. Today falls in the lame category. And, you know, so it goes. Maybe everybody's having a bad day. And they're not going on YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll be here tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll probably work on the Three Wise Men tomorrow. I do like the idea that we came up with here today of not spending too much time on this this piece, this collection of pieces, and thinking of it more like they're abruptly getting themselves ready in the parking lot. That's a good perspective to put into it, instead of being too detailed, too in the weeds. Anyway, join me back here tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. for more paint. Otherwise, stay indoors. It's not safe out there right now for most of us. Yeah. So this is Precious Juggalos. Live stream number, I lost count. It's been a week and a half, so this is stream number 7 or 8. I don't know. Whoop whoop, y'all. I'll see you later. Be good, be safe, don't be stupid.